But the reality is this: South Carolina football lost 21 straight games, 1-21, 98, 99. And again, your first year on campus, again, you got all these expectations. I've talked to your former teammates like Eric Kimry and Langston Moore, and they were right there with you in the trenches. And
it was rough.
Dude, going 0-11, just a gut punch for anybody, no matter how positive and optimistic you are.
Oh, yeah. And some of the new fans don't know. They don't really know about that time. They just know the Spurrier and on. So,
right.
But the real fans, they know about it. That's when the trajectory of, Carolina really got out there. Is, we had to go through that. That was adversity, and so now with the NIL, I don't know, it's and transfer portal. I don't think these new players really know about adversity. Back then, the way we grew up is, whatever situation you're in, you just fight through it and find a way to get through it. So every era of football, especially at Carolina, every coach brought certain things to Carolina, and so whether it's a good or bad, they brought certain things. With Lou Holtz, it was coming in off the 1-10 Brad Scott season. And so it was a lot of, when I got there, it seemed like it was a lot of like cliques. It was like Georgia boys, Florida boys, this and that. And so there wasn't really a real congealed team. So I think what Lou Holtz actually brought to Carolina during that time was kind of breaking everybody down. I mean, we had to go through that. That was that transition year. So we had to go through that first year, that 0-11. And man, that was rough. That was practicing off of Bluff Road. No expensive $50 million athletic center. And so it was just really grinding it out. And man, if you really think about it, and I was talking to some people about it, I taught a lot of fans about it. If you really look at that 0-11 season, we didn't really get blown out in any of those games. We lost like maybe by a touchdown, 2 touchdowns. We were right there in the thick of it, even in the 0-11. So it was 0-11, but it didn't really feel like it to us because we knew we were just a step away from winning these games, and so I think we even lost to Florida that year. I think it was only by like maybe 2 touchdowns, I believe. And so, but it was more of going through a 0-11 season and you look around and you still got players grinding it out. It makes you have more respect for your teammates because it's not fun. I mean, you got people riding past, and, we was on Bluff Road, so people riding past like, y'all suck, so, you're hearing that while you practice, and sometimes you're thinking like, why are we still out here? But, deep inside with each other, we knew that we were just a step away. We just needed to get some things fixed. So I think that adversity year is what we really needed to get that real dog in us. So when we got back to the next season, next year, I mean, it was just like, once Lou Holtz broke us down, I mean, that was the worst winter workouts like I ever went through. That was right after the 11 season. I mean, they broke us out. We had Charlie Strong then, so it was like they broke us down and made us do everything together. And I think that was Lou Holtz's thing that he brought to Carolina, was really getting us to get together as a unit. I mean, we did everything. It made us do all kind of trust things together. And so it really brought us together. The talent level was there, but it really brought us together and taught us how to really, really trust each other. And then you got to think, during the 0-11 season, we wasn't worrying about injuries then. I mean, so practices were hard, and so you really find out who really wanted to be there, so practice, I mean, we're hitting all, because it's like our season was gone, so you might as well get better for next year. So I think that was a necessary evil for us to go through that 0-11. And then the players that went through the 1-21, I mean, that was, I know that had to be hard for them.